boy. Where are we at? Where are we at? Who knows? Gonna be a good day. Well, I got a random message on my YouTube yesterday from Mr. Ryan saying that he was here yesterday with a chainsaw. Oops, there's a hole. And opened some stuff up. I asked how the ice was, how the dam was. There was sluiceable, and you can see a little spot there where he cut it up, where he was digging. Nice spot to sluice. Right down there where I just fell in, that's where I was digging and found that rock that my wife found that had the chunk of gold on it. So we're in the good spot. I'm only here in the winter because I've been talking with my boy Dean about this for quite a while. He's in town visiting for the holidays. And I said, hey man, we can take a shot, go up there and see what it looks like. And then just like that, Ryan messaged me about maybe coming up next weekend. I think I'll probably come back the next weekend and be here again too. But we are going to shoot some footage. Is that a spider? That is a monster spider. There's snakes here too. Look at that spider. Yikes. Donna would be running for the truck. Wowzers. Yeah. We'll wait till nobody's watching and smush him. I didn't say that live on camera. But it's no secret where we're at. If you've watched any videos, there's a million people that come here. We are at the Nugget. Never been here in the wintertime. So I'm sure we'll find 20, 30 pounds of gold today. But I'll only show a few flakes on camera. Just keep the haters at bay. I am going to go ahead and shut her down. We're walking around breaking the ice up right now. I would like to continue digging over there where I left off. I guess I could dig right here in Ryan's hole, but Ryan's a pretty thorough miner. I'm sure he got every last little bit of gold out of that spot. So we'll just bust this up. And if anybody's wondering, conditions at the Nugget, they're favorable. The ice is, that thick. As long as you don't have a bad aversion for spiders. Yes, right here's where I want to dig. So it's nice that the ice is breaking away. Woo-wee! I got the first fiver. Well, old guy fiver. That's like 3/4 full. We got the sluicing. I put one scoop on just to make sure it was running okay for the video. Got the dream mat in there. You can see the riffles riffling and the twisters twistling, and at any point everything's just going to be covered in gold or not. I have a weird little addition. I'm running everything into the kitchen screen. That's where the garnets end up. So I'm going to try to get some more garnets for my wife. She's keeps her busy. She sits at the kitchen table and digs through all my tailings rocks and pulls out garnets. And I thought, well, if I can try to get some more, because I think she's run out of tailings rocks. She even asked me if I was going to be bringing her some more rocks home. And I said, of course, that's how I get to go do this. I bring her rocks and it keeps her off my back. Mr. First Timer over there is having fun. I told him that all the good stuff is in the bottom. You'll start seeing it in the clay, and every time he gets a little clay on, he's got to look through everything. Although he did just found a really good sized garnet stuck to the end of his shovel, so I can't give him a hard time for that. This is put it in your pocket. Give that to Donna when you get to the house. She'll be more than happy with you. I was hoping at this point in the video I'd be like, oh, look at all that gold in there. I put 3 scoops in. But it hasn't happened yet. There is something floating around in there that, I don't know, looked a little too light to be gold. We'll see if it's there after that. I don't know how much I'll be able to run before my little basket starts filling up, but when it's full and not catching anymore, I'll rinse it down as best I can and save that as Donna concentrates. And of course, I do get garnets caught in the dream mat, and she gets those when I run them on the Miller table. I haven't panned anything. I know there's gold here. I mean, even when I worked the spot Flower Gold Wizard had already worked, I found gold. So even if someone else has worked that, and it's fairly shallow where we're at, so I don't think it's been worked. I know the water was a lot deeper last time I was here, but I'm not digging in a hole over there by any means. So we kind of started over near the edge by that left bank there and just kind of worked our way towards where he's at now and just working in a little line. And yes?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're allowed to talk. This isn't one of them professional camera jobs. You know what you're doing there? You ever held a camera before?
As a matter of fact,
My son is somewhat of a camera professional. He can probably explain it better than I can. But he does big things with cameras. So I asked him to help me film the screen out quick. I saw some of them huge flakes of gold looking stuff floating down. I'm thinking it had to be the mica. But I'm definitely going to take a real good look at these rocks before I do anything. Well, these are all going home with the wife anyway. So I'm just going to try to kitchen screen filter these out. Worked pretty good. I caught quite a bit. There was a lot that ran around the side, but most of the big stayed in the basket. And if not, well, I tried. So yeah, do I see any garnets off the top of my head in there? When it comes right down to it, the gold we find here isn't much at all, isn't worth much at all. But the garnet pile that my wife has is probably worth more than what I found in gold since I started. Of course, like any of it, we won't ever sell any of them. Well, maybe, who knows. But okay, so that's going to go for her later on into a coffee can. This here, I like this big floppy bucket for doing my mat clean out because it gives me lots of room. I don't need water in it, but that'll be enough. And then with these mats, you know, you just, I'll tip that to there for the moment. You just run upside down, give them a quick little slap. Yeah, that's clean. I should have maybe looked to see if I could see any gold in there for you, but I didn't. Next time, I'll get better at it. I'm not used to having a camera guy. You guys ever see the Flower Gold Wizard when he slaps water like this? Them big old meat hooks of his, it looks like a tsunami. I try to do it, I try to move. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like he's swinging a canoe paddle when he does it. Okay, nothing in there. I was going to pan this out, but I also, that last little bit that was in my bucket, instead of rinsing it down and trying to fight with putting it over the sluice and adding water to the sluice, I poured that into the pan. So I'm going to pan that to see what was in the very bottom of the bucket, which of course should have been more than anything because all the gold falls to the bottom, right? I'll have him pause so I don't have to pan on camera for the next 30 seconds. I'm really quick at it. Wash it away, right? If you want to keep that shit moving, keep your gold down to the bottom. And then that's not so hard to get rid of. When you get into the more blacky stuff, the heavier stuff, then it gets a little bit harder. But a few scoops in the pay bucket, and I don't know, I always try to get the last of it out, and it's a pain in the butt. So lately I've just been dumping it into a pan so I can see what the last of my pay look like. I'll spread this all out. I might have lost the battle here, but I'm really happy with the amount of gold. And this, like I said, this isn't my concentrates. This is just the last of my pay. But you can see, are you macroed in on that home slice? You got gold, 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 gold. Every one of them little specks. The silver ones might not be gold, but they're not rocks. Gold, 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 gold. Give that a little tap of whiskey to condense it some. Are we still filming? This is where I have to admit that I left my stupid snuffer bottle on the kitchen table again. So what I'm going to have to do today is make a con bucket like I've had to do in the past, which will be that red bucket when we're all said and done. And we're going to have to carry all this home in the red bucket. So throughout the day, Dean, the red bucket is where all the money is. Don't be dumping that out and washing it. Guys do that. But I don't know. There is my little smile pile. And again, this isn't even out of the sluice. This is just the last little green scoop in my pay dirt bucket. All right. Now, I'm going to dump that into here. Because what else can I do with it?
So if you had that little plastic bottle, you would just suck those little pieces out?
Suck that out of there, yeah. And then I would have dumped the rest of the pan away. But, yeah. So this would be the cons from my first 5-gallon bucket run through the sluice here at the mighty Nugget Meteor Impact Crater. What do they call that? The rock elm disturbance. Okay. I said I don't want to pan on camera, but the boy keeps recording me. I'll edit most of this out when he's sleeping later. But we were pretty happy with, I don't know, what is there, about 15 pieces in that pan that was literally just the last scoop of my pay. I told him how much I hate panning. But I have gotten better at it. And then lots more videos, a lot more time with the pan in my hand, and then Jason laughing at me that one time. That helped a bunch, Jason. I still hear your words in my head every time I'm doing this, and that's how we learn. Other people. I used to ride motocross. I always had buddies that could ride like crazy. I wasn't a very good motocross rider, but when you follow a crazy motocross rider and just do what they do, it's easy to get good at stuff when you hang out with people that are good at it. And I still fell and broke stuff a lot, but like I said, just a little bit of advice from people sometimes. Dean was telling me he's tried to pan and had no idea. I was like, well, watch some of these videos. And I am panning into a pan because if I do lose some of this, it's going back in that red bucket and going home with me. And I will run this on the Mueller table. Add to the video. I don't think I'm super happy about the way that stuff's moving. I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those are actually good size looking pieces. I'm literally still trying to pan, but I'm switching sides of the pan so you can see. I'm literally just flipping the pan back and forth. I've been doing some on this side and some on this side, but as it comes across, you get this quick little glance. And that big bad boy right there, push that out into the open. There we go. That's a nice size little flake. We're gonna run today. I still gotta hike him up the creek and show him the actual disturbance. But this is from our first 5-gallon bucket. All the way across, it's all gold, everything you see right there. And there's a little more hiding in the sand. And I'll be honest, there's probably some in my tub down there because I was getting after it. And nobody put any jet dry in the creek today, so I'm gonna dump all this in there. We're gonna dump it into our cons bucket. I think just cause we're here and we're doing it, we'll run one more 5er. And then we'll probably head back to the truck to warm up, and then we'll walk in over there and I'll show Dean the rest of the park and the disturbance. And I think I'm going to come back here next weekend with Mr. Look at that piece stuck in the ripple. Mr. Ryan invited me. Yeah, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't come back here and do this because it's so much fun. Unless it's like 25 below out or something, because if I'm out in the 25 below, I'm going to be in my shanty sitting over a hole in the ice, holding onto a monofilament line, trying to catch some dinner, not trying to catch a cold like this. Alrighty guys, man, there's still gold stuck in the pan right there, and right there. When I get it over to this bucket, I'll wash it more thoroughly. This is bucket of cons number 2. It didn't take that long. Dean had it pretty well going when I started sluicing earlier. I have no idea what's going on here right now. The pressure on my knee was incredible. My pant must be stuck. But anyhow, my sluice is not deep enough in the water, or we lost water. Something's going on. Oh, I know what's going on. I don't have Mama's sketch pad in there. Almost got myself in trouble. Alright. Don't want the ice. 800 garnets in there for her. Maybe 7. She'll be happy with 2. Dean's got 1 in his pocket, so we're halfway there. Yep, that looks like the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. Worked last time. Oh yeah, one thing, boy. When this gets all clay, like that last few scoops we put in here was just packed full of clay, it'll turn into concrete in here, right? So I like to just take a little bit off the top and just, you're being the grizzly bars, you're breaking it up, versus just scooping a big scoop on. If you slurry it up a little bit, it does half the work, and the more you can stratify your material, the better this sluice has a chance of getting the gold out of it. So yeah, I got a nice pile of mud on the top. Going down good. Yeah, sure. There. There's little red worms. That's probably what them crawfish. I dug up like 4 crawfish down there. I moved a couple of rocks, found the clay under the rocks, found 4 crawfish. 3 of them we put back. One of them is now crawfish food. Riffles are riffling. Ooh, there's a piece of gold in that first one. I think I made it swirl into the hole. Oh. The sun is coming out. Makes for way nicer cameraing. Although this wintertime sun sucks. Instead of being up from in the sky, it's like someone's standing right at you with a flashlight. But I'll take it. I can feel the heat from it. Hoping to see just one little fleckarooski, but I guess since you've got the camera to find a piece of gold on its journey, the other side of the thick divider, you'll see that speck right there. Get out your way. Yeah, not quite. Let me drop my phone in the river creek quick. Oh, it is right in there. It's moved up against the wall now. We were too slow. It is actually still there, but the turbulence is over it. We'll bury it. Yeah. Getting hard on me again. There we go. Got some nice slurry to run. I'm working on other stuff. I've got some aluminum sheets. I got my big bending brake done. But this is a steel brake, or a steel sluice made out of like steel roofing, steel siding, the corrugated stuff you would see. It's not really heavy, but it's not really light either. And overall, it doesn't have a lot of strength, although it is doubled over. But when I was trying to make my first one, the sheet of aluminum that I had, we couldn't bend with the siding brake. It was just too thick. And this one's been cut down, modified several times. And I really like the way it works. It fits in the hockey bag with all the buckets and all the other gear. That piece of gold is still just sitting right there. But I plan on making a nicer aluminum one. A little bit better indicator mat in the top. And I've been working on other stuff. But one of these days, real soon, you'll see me out here with a brand new homemade sluice. And there was one garnet right on top that just melted in. Gotta put that back in. Yeah, it's really neat that someone was able to figure out by putting little funky ripples and holes that you would be able to disturb the water that much to spin it around to get the gold and other heavy things to drop down in. I think that's a garnet right there. See that bright red? Let's hope. Dan Hurd picked one up the size of a marble in one of the last videos I watched. Oh look, there's a garnet. Oh geez, look at that. Are we videoing?
Rolling.
Alright, so this would be the concentrates from 5-gallon bucket number 2. If I can get my sluice out. Oh, so heavy. And then before I hastily dump this out, I don't see any gold. I was hoping maybe I could be like, oh here, look at this gold. This is designed to hide it from you. I thought I saw a piece. Well, oh, there's a piece right there. It's right in the bottom of that one. If you can see it with the camera, I don't know. Light. See it right there? Do you see it with your naked eye? There's actually 2 in that. Speckles of gold right there. Alright. We gotta disassemble them. Ooh, there's a little bit left in there. No, there's not. I even saw garnet come out. Alright, flip it this way. Get that all scrubber-dubbered. Upside down, inside out. I see. Ooh, there's a speck. Well, it's gold-ish. Yeah, you'll never see that on the camera. We'll spend 5 minutes trying to zoom in on it. Clean. And then, gotta find these guys. These are just little bent over tabs of metal. This is what my sluice is made out of. But you got to get these cracks clean because they fill up with rocks and then they don't pinch down on the sluice. They don't hold the mat. And gold gets stuck in them too sometimes, I would assume. How could it not? But cumbersome with these big gloves on. These, if you guys are wondering, Walmart specials, they're the expert grill gloves. These are the ones that you're supposed to be able to touch your meat and pick it up with. After the first day in the creek down here, I flaked a bunch of stuff off, and I don't know how much I'd want that touching my meat. But are so warm on the inside. They leak a little bit, but even with the water in them, and I could squeeze a little water out of them right now. My hands stay nice. They stay dry. I can stick them right in, come out. For the most part, they're as waterproof as they need to be. And I think they were $10 for the pair. They're definitely the stiffest pair of gloves you'll ever put on. I could hardly bend them at all, but I don't have the claw going on like Jason spoke of recently. It actually lets me, but the first day, yeah, you might as well have had them on backwards. They didn't bend at all. Not at first. After the end of the day, they were good to go. Okay, one little rock stuck in my crack, nothing worse. It's not even a gold rock. Well, I think it maybe came out. No, it was still in there. Oh, there, I got her. Get out of there. It's not where you live. There. Alright, this one's got little baby rocks stuck in it, but yeah, clean, clean, clean. Give them a little bend. Like I said, those just pinch on and hold my mat from sliding down the creek. So, I did the same thing again. I poured the last of my pay dirt into the pan, so I'm going to have to pan that out first. I'm going to pull the white rocks out of the creek here quick. What are we seeing in there? Yeah. Yep. This is why she picks them out and not me. There are some cool ones in there. There's some real clear little white ones. She's been saving them lately. But I'm going to rinse some of this clay out and get it in her coffee can. Right at the tip of my finger, right on top there, there's a pretty red go. I just covered it up. There it is, right there. Pretty red garnet. And I'm sure there's at least 10 more in there. So. We won't tell her we spilled all the good ones out on the ice. She'll be super, super happy with that. All right. This is that finger. Let's get it good and stratified. Quick, quick, quick. I'm saving everything that falls in the black pan anyway, so. Gold that might be in here. Fast, fast, fast. Wash, wash, wash. Mop, mop, mop all day long. That's it at the top there. Something bright. I don't think that was good. Clean water. Okay, so this would be my tons of another 5-gallon bucket, fresh out of the sluice. Okay. And again, I am going to try to pan this well, but I'm also not so concerned because all of this is coming home with me. There's a speck, there's a speck, there's a speck. Do you see all the dry specks there in the back of the pan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that was just there. They really look at all that. You see them all in the camera? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. That makes me happy. We did like 5 buckets in Black River at the dam, and we didn't find hardly half of that much gold. But we had a good time doing it. You see it all the way across the top there. Gold, 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 gold. Haven't even kind of gotten close to panning it all yet, but look at that. Alright, I'll do one more round. Toss her back one more time, and again, all this stuff's coming home. Time for us to dig into that bag from Quick Trip and eat those wonderful sandwiches that the Quick Trip Deli has prepared for us. Oh, nourishment. Nourishment. So we pretty much left it the way we found it. I'll be coming back this weekend, I guess, anyway, if the weather's good. Beans all packed up. Got the chainsaw we never even used. I got my garnet coffee can and my concentrate pay dirt in the red bucket and our little pan and pan bucket there. And we're gonna head on out. It's about a 4-mile hike back to the truck. And then we're gonna hike back in over there and check out the disturbance. All right, we made it to ground zero. Apparently, this part of the park is closed right now. They got the road closed because they're doing that dredging and stuff. But the guys aren't working today, and the people at the desk gave me permission to drive down. Otherwise, we would have had to walk in from way up on top, and that would have just sucked a little bit. If you guys haven't been here to read this sign, here, pause. Pause again. Pause again. Pause again. Pause again. Pause again. There you go. I have another video where I go through most of it. I ain't doing it in this one. I am going to, one of these times, I'm bringing a screwdriver here, and I'm going to take this down and clean the crap out from behind it. Anyhow, if you haven't ever heard about it, this big rock, that's like sedimentary, and that should be level and parallel, not all jacked up at an angle like that. And this rock is assumed to have came from quite a ways down below the surface and was blown up this high by the impact of the meteor and then settled in at that funky angle. So there you be. If you've never been to the Nugget Lake County Park, this is the main attraction, and it's pretty neat in the wintertime for sure. So if you haven't been here, that down there is the underlook. This up here is the overlook. And there's a trail to get here, right there. There's a sign at the bottom. You walk past it to get to the underlook. But we ran across somewhere down there and then climbed up it. It's really easy to do. It was like a 30-second climb versus walking all the way around and then walking up that hill. Although the one thing I've never done, I didn't even see this until down below. I never came up this high. I see there's a couple more lookout stations up here. Stay behind fence. Whoops. We might not have done that a minute ago. Yeah, we climbed right up that ridge right there. And there's one more. I don't know, maybe I am feeling like I did come up here once. Whew. I know whatever them big tracks were, Dean, they go all the way up the creek. We saw way bigger than coyote tracks. And there's no human tracks accompanying them for it to be someone's dog. I'm going to go with wolf. Because they were huge, huge
if you lost
canine
your dog
paws.
while you were Nordic skiing,
Yeah.
it went up the creek.
Yeah, and if you were out here skiing and you're missing a dog, it went that way. And it was today. That was fresh tracks. Anyhow, the trail goes there, but then this is another little, I don't know if it's a trail or not, but it's how I'm going down. And this leads back to the bridge. You can see my truck across the road over there. The parking lot is not plowed. Oops, finger. Parking lot is not plowed. My truck is a two-wheel drive, so I'm parked on the road, which is currently closed, so I'm not worried about it. Please walk up the outside edges of the hill. Oh, is this a sledding hill?
Yeah, look at there's a stop wall down there.
Oh yeah, I forgot my sled. I'd have to grease her up good, make it right across the bridge to the truck. All right, I am not going to film falling down this hill. I'm gonna put my phone back in my pocket where it belongs. See you guys at the bottom. Well, we are safely back in the garage. And I'm currently drying out this pile of rocks that's got all the garnets in for my wife. And I was going through today's footage and doing some editing and realized that about 20 minutes of video from when we first got back to the garage and set up the Miller table and started going through everything is gone. I had bumped the volume button, which normally just shuts the video off and saves it. Apparently it just shut it off. It was weird the way it shut down too. I should have known something was up. So there is a little piece of Miller table video after this segment I'm going to add in. But without the first 20 minutes leading up to it, you really end up just lost, like, hey, what happened? And I've looked over and over to see if it's hiding somewhere in my phone, and it's not. Such is the fun of trying to make videos for YouTube. Every once in a while, you lose your video. We did manage to get quite a bit of it ran through. Everything went through nicely, and we were really happy with the pieces of gold that we found. She's pretty happy with the garnets she's finding in here already. Way more than 20. But yes, it is late at night. I'm going to finish my editing tomorrow and get this video on. Again, I thank you guys for watching. Sorry we lost a big chunk of the Miller table and me explaining all of that to Dean, how it works and how I made it. But there is the end. You get to see the totals, the gold in the pan. And I will try to do better next time. There's that bigger one right there. There was a little break in the action there. I bumped the volume button, which shuts the video off. But yeah, look at that. There, it's really coming in. That was all from one spoonful, and I probably got 2 more of them spoonfuls like that left. Because as you get to the bottom, your gold has sunk to the bottom of your bucket. Battery's telling me I'm down to 10%, never fails. But I end up sitting and editing with my phone plugged into the charger cable. That's always fun. What do you know about that, Dean? Oh, there's a few there. Not quite as spectacular. What I might have to do is snuffer all that up and then dump my bucket out. Oh, look at that. It's like a constellation of stars. The stars are out and they're all golden. Yeah. I'm going to have a real hard time getting the last of this out of this big floppy bucket. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pieces from that one little, and it was just a little itty bitty bit. Let's see, can you see that little tiny speck that's on there? Oh, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces in that one. There's one more. There's a little bit more in that spoon. Yep. Alright, I'm going to get them swept up, snuffed up, and then I'm going to pour the rest of what's on that bucket in there. Which I might lose some of it, but I'm okay with that. I save all my concentrates. One of these days, it'll all get ran, and I'll find a few more specks. Every once in a while, I dump it out to fill potholes in my driveway, and the next guy that has my house might find some gold in the driveway. Ooh, look at that pile. I'd have to take my shoes off and Dean's shoes off to count how many specks are in that pile right now. And I'm not doing that. I doubt I'm going to get that in one shot with the snuffer. There's so much there, but we'll try. Really give her a good squeeze. Get it all out of there. Okay. Not even close. Yeah. Gonna do a little straggler hunt here. I think this might be gold. If it is, it's stuck there. That one's not. I ran out of juice. No, that one's not. But that one there might be. Yep, I got that one. Nothing down here, and you know what? It's not supposed to be down there, so that's good. One more little sweeper do. Alright. Then steal some more water. Try to get a good rinse on this. This is how you lose gold. Alright. Sweep, 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 sweep. Think, did I get it all? All that for nothing? I I see one, maybe two. Oh no, it's down here. Right. Let's count them out as I do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get over here. Oh, that fifth one's being sneaky. Got it that time. Okay. Super bright. Oh, there's one there, huh? There's that a stucker. Oh no, that might be a live one. Do that back and forth with your light again? Yeah, they're gone. Got 'em, and more got 'ems. Alright, I'm going to shut the video down for a minute. I'm going to dump my snuffer bottle out into a pan. And, so I got her dumped in. Got her tapped up to the top. There's that bigger piece. We saw that earlier today. There's my nice little smile in the pan. How can you not be happy with that? That was all from 2 5-gallon buckets. And then I did give Dean a quick demonstration on the bucket classifiers, the regular green ones that go on a 5-gallon bucket versus Zach's classifier that we were using today. And then I hand panned all of that out, and so the concentrates from that. So that was, I don't know, that was a third of a bucket anyway. So basically 2 5-gallon buckets. That third of a bucket would have made them full to the top. I can't be happier with that. I'd weigh that for you and tell you how much it weighs, but I don't have a scale that weighs that little yet. So someday when I get rich and famous, I'll have a scale that weighs the most minuscule amounts of gold so I can give you a better reading. For now, we're going to call that a 1/4 pound. I don't know a 1/4 pound of what, but yeah, if we weighed the pan with it and didn't tear it out, I could be right. So I thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. I don't feel so bad about giving away one of the Flower Gold Wizards spots, because if you Google where to find gold in Wisconsin, that Nugget mine is, or not Nugget mine, but Nugget County Park is one of the top searches that comes up immediately when you search for it. And before Jason had actually invited me there, we were going to go the weekend before, but we were in the middle of 2 other vacations and it just didn't work out for us. And then Jason was like, well, if you want to meet me, you can come there and we'll all be there. And so then that's where we went, and I've been hooked ever since. My buddy Zach called me earlier and wants me to go again tomorrow. No, I'm not going again tomorrow, but I am most likely going to go there next weekend to see Ryan. He's going to be there again. The weather's good, why not? The conditions were great there for mining, so if you're wondering, there was many other spots where you could get through the ice with or without a chainsaw and get the gold out, and there was many spots to sluice. So I fully encourage going there and checking it out. You are going to need to walk in from up above or go in from the secret spot along the road, because they do have the road down to the boat launch closed at the top of the hill right now, because they are full on working their dredging operations. So that pond or lake, whatever that is going to be a lot deeper. Look at that. There's a big piece there and another big one there. Great day, great video. Thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Talk to you soon.